Hello everyone, my name is BigHeroSixy, and today we are going to be taking a look at the new city in the War Within. I was given the opportunity to test the War Within a few days before the alpha starts, along with a few other content creators and members of the press. So looking here, this is the city of Dornogal. I think that's how it's pronounced, not 100% sure. You can see up here, Dornogal. Add a little bit of flair to it. Maybe it's Dornogal. I have no idea. But yes, this is looking to be the new capital city hub of the expansion. It is inside the Isle of Dorn, which is the beginning questing zone in the War Within. Now, to make this a little bit easier, we're just going to be taking a look at the city. I'm going to run around, show you the layout, where merchants are, and things like that. And then take a look at some of the more interesting areas, at least for thematics and things like that. So I'm going to fly straight up here just to illustrate something. I want you to look straight down with me. You can basically look, it's like a weird rectangle, like on its side. Vertical rectangle here, or just a weird looking square. The main city layout, that's really all you need to worry about. I think professions, trainers, even the catalyst. The catalyst, as far as I'm aware, is going to be right here because we have somebody named the catalyst steward, the catalyst of creation. So instead of having the catalyst in a separate area near Tierhold, for example, it's going to be in the main city. So let's take a look around, just take a look at the city. We have a trading post here. So instead of going to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, we also have the trading post here. We have a transmogrifier merchant in this room. I made sure to turn off my UI so we could get a better look at the city. I'm not sure if it'd be better if I went in first person. Well, we'll just do first person for a bit. And that might be better for a viewing experience. And I'll try and stop and take a look at some of the accoutrements, if you will, to be a little fancy. We have a flight master here. This is where the flight master is going to be. The top left portion of that rectangle. The inn is right here. And you may be asking, where is the bank? Where is the auction house? Well, it's within riding distance right over here. So we have the bank in here. I'm assuming one of these is going to be the Great Vault. Looks like the Great Vault is going to be in the middle. So, you know, every weekly, you're going to be going to your vault. Right next to the inn, right next to the flight path, right next to the catalyst. It's all in one big set area. And then I'm going to turn my UI on here really quick. I believe this is the auction house. Is it? Yes, it is the auction house. So the auction house is right next to the bank, right next to the inn. You can see that when Blizzard was doing the design of this city, they were really making sure to keep a similar Valdrakken layout. The only main difference I'm going to say is overall, this city is more open. You can fly around. It's all more level. You know, we don't have the extreme verticality of Thaldraszus, for example, where Valdrakken is up here and then the mountains just drop off instantly. This is relatively flat. There is some verticality, like this big tower over here, and we'll go over there in a bit, and the mountain in the distance. But overall, everything that you'll really interact with as a player is in this main rectangle area, unless they put quests in separate spots that are important. You know, this is a very, very early build, so there's only so much here. Some of the city doesn't have NPCs. They mentioned in interviews and stuff that some of the creators had that, you know, they would be beefing this up with more NPCs, and that may just be, you know, NPCs that are there for theatrics, RP, you know, to make it feel more full. I'm not sure. It may also be these NPCs are going to be here for a purpose. You never know. But the professions themselves are spread out amongst this level. You know, we have leatherworking, skinning. It makes me think, in a way, similar to Dalaran, where we have these merchants and trade skill profession trainers just around in the circle of Dalaran. You know, you have a separate section for enchanting, The mining and blacksmith is right over there, along with engineering. And then we do have a few other vendors. We have enchanting right here. That's enchanting, jewel crafting. Just going around this outer edge of the city. Alchemy, herbalism is right here. But overall, the layout is very, very specific. And I personally am a big fan of this. Visually, we haven't even talked about the visuals primarily. Visually, I think it's very impressive. I love the vibes of this. I'm a big dwarf fan. If I'm not playing Tauren, I am playing dwarves. The Earthen have a very interesting society and how they view life. And as you quest through the Isle of Dorn, you will see how they view themselves as well as the world around them. And you can kind of see this with their architecture without going into too many spoilers. But yes, majority of this zone, or city rather, sorry, this is just to be upfront with everybody. We have not had a lot of time, you know, if you think about it, you know, we just got into this. There's a lot of content to make, a lot of stuff to look at before, you know, we're able to actually post anything. And, you know, I just got done with Mythic Farak, you know, Race to World last. We finally killed the Mythic Farak boss, and now I'm trying to record a video with all that adrenaline pumping in my veins. But, you know, back to the focus on the city. You know, Catalyst in, everything within reach. But let's skip back and look at one of the more new parts of this coming expansion. We have Delves. There's actually a Delve Center, and you can see these corrupted models of helicopters. I guess it's a helicopter. I don't know what you would... Plane? Airplane? Yeah, that's not a helicopter. It doesn't have the spinning thing on the top. So it would just be an airplane. The Delver's Dirigible. And you may be asking, what is this? Well, apparently in Delves, we're going to be getting a mount. And it is customizable. Similar to using the Rostrum of Transformation. I'm not sure if that's what we'll use for it. But it is customizable. You can change the way it looks, the colors on it. Just kind of what I saw in some video that we were shown. Take this, you know, as you will. Some of this might change. Some of this may not be true. But we do get a mount that we can customize that is similar to this biplane plane. Is it a biplane? See, I'm not even sure what planes are. You know, I barely fly in them. You know, I stay on the ground. So we have Bran here. And this is where the Explorer League supplies are. This is a little brief intro, UI work in progress of the Delve system. He is our first Delve companion, and you know, this is the window for that. I will have a Delve video coming later. And then we have Sir Finley Myrtleton, you know, Delve treasures. So there's a little Delve area if you want to talk to the merchant for Delves, and you have your currency. And let's see, I have 1540, so I could actually buy something. Oh, look at this, a Cult Light Kobold Helm. What does that look like? One of the best things I've seen appearance-wise in this expansion. So we have a separate Delve area in the city. And then we have this grandiose tower. Now, if you think about Valdrakken also had a raised tower without at the top. We had the aspects in their dragon for at the top. Nothing up top up here, but there is a teleporter that we go up to sometimes. In the questing, you actually do take that teleporter and fly off of it with a few other NPCs as you follow them. And then we have the Foundation Hall, which looks to be similar to the Valdrakken. You know, you have the stained glass with all the aspects in there. This is a solid, I guess this would be amber orange. And then you have these NPCs here, Windbrant. We have the stone wards around a speaker, Merrick's Council Ward, Storm Ward. All the dwarves are here, Moira and Dagran, which is the son of Moira. And then in the back, we also have the Renowned Vendor. Council, wait, is Merrick's here twice? Wait a second. That's kind of weird. Well, you know, it's alpha, so there's testing. So Merrick's is here twice, it looks like. Keeper of Renown. And then we have the Renowned Vendor here. A few things on here. Just a little sneak peek if you're curious. There's a little fire beam mount, which is pretty neat. And here's a ram. And personally, huge fan of these shoulders. Love them. And then there's also the teleporter over here, as well as the city portals. Orgrimmar is over here, Stormwind over here. You can take the city portal similar to the Valdrakken Tower. And now we're going to the top of the tower. And now one of my favorite parts of this city how are we going to get to the rest of the expansion in the War Within? You know, everything is going to be underground. We're going to be near Azeroth. From what I understand, we end our quest line over here, and this is something called the Core Way. It's going to the core, and it gets damaged in the storyline. Now, I can't go that far in here because we do not have access, and I will crash, but I will show you what happens. This is the coolest way to get underground that they could have done. You go down this tunnel into this long stairway, you fly through, you have a wind to keep you going, and it's like, oh, there he is. Oh no, I'm crashing. But it feels very similar to going into Zar. The way they're dealing with verticality in this expansion, along with the dynamic flight. You know, I keep wanting to say dragon riding every time, but dynamic flight, if you will. Let me hearth back to Dornogal, and then we'll kind of show the city from the outside. But that's roughly just a sneak peek of the city overall. You know, it's very... Well, actually, there is one more area. I just thought about something. There is one more specific area that I am a really big fan of. But we're going to show the outside of the city so you can kind of see it from the outside first. There's a lovely front gate area over here. The Contender's Gate. Then you have this pavilion to the side. I just love the way this looks. I love this architecture, the style. It feels very dwarfy, but at the same time, it's outside. It's not like Ironforge at all, but I don't know. It's just great. I love it so much. And this is my personal favorite part of the city. I can't believe I almost forgot about this. There is an area tucked over here. And you got a little nice hot spa. You know, everybody's soaking, having a good time. You know, everybody's in their underwear or swim trunks, if you will. You know, the fact that I'm clothed in plate armor, you know, I should not be doing that. There's a little earth elemental right there. You got these hot rock beds. I don't know what this is. I don't go to spas. I don't know if this is an actual thing. One of my favorite NPCs I've seen in this game. Look at that guy. He's like, oh, it feels great. Love it. I think there's a hot tub in here too. That's something else. Let me mount up, use my charger quick. You got some of them just chilling back here in a hot tub. It's a great little section. I don't know if there's any quests here or anything like that. If they are going to give us a similar like spa quest line potentially that we saw in Dragonflight. But I just love this area. If you hang out anywhere in this city, I vote to hang out here. All the raiders, all the M+ers, all the PvPers, just come here, just hang out. Everybody get in your swim trunks and just hang out at the spa. I think that would be fantastic. That is the new hangout spot, potentially. And I did say that was the last thing I wanted to show, but there is something else, and it's actually an NPC some people may use. I don't personally. I'm primarily a Mythic Raider, and I don't make a ton of money. I just kind of play the Mythic Raid and, you know, do what I need to do for my raid team and stuff, right? But we do have this back area, and everything gets kind of dark and sinister, you know, the back alleys. And this leads to the Black Market auction house. So we also have Madame Goya over here set up.
The finest goods in the land.
And we do have the Black Market auction house over here, as well as someone selling amulets and junk. And I think there's a locksmith in quotes. But yeah, that is the new city in the War Within. I hope you enjoyed watching a brief tour of this area. I know it may have felt a little rushed and a little, you know, panicky and just kind of everywhere as I was doing this, but you know, we only have so much time before our deadline. Having actual access to this build, so I'm trying to get as much recording and videos done as I can. So if you're watching this, there's probably other videos up that I recommend you take a look at. I will be testing the alpha weekly, as I did with Dragonflight, and this time around, if any of you watched my videos back then, I actually have working internet, which is fiber, so I will not have issues. I will be streaming hopefully daily at twitch.tv/BigHeroSixy if you want to check me out there. It'll be alpha content as well as other stuff. It won't be alpha every day. We only get alpha, You know, if it's anything similar to Dragonflight, we get new content every Thursday, roughly. And after you do the new content, you can keep testing. But I may also dip into some other things because there's this year's kind of crazy. There's a lot of releases this year. I do love World of Warcraft and I play a lot of World of Warcraft, but you may see some other stuff on the channel. You know, we got, it's kind of crazy if you think about it. There's some comparisons to this expansion where I'm seeing some systems being borrowed from Final Fantasy XIV, which was, had a huge success after, the refugees came over from WoW during the years of BFA and Shadowlands. So, they're actually borrowing from other games again. The WoW development team is trying to find ways to bring the game forward. And I do play other games like that. But yeah, if you're interested, drop me a subscription on here if you feel I am deserving of it. Or, check out my Twitch if you're more of a live stream viewer. And I appreciate you all for watching, finding this video, and giving me a chance to just hear my thoughts about it. Anyway, I hope you have a good day and take care. Thank you so much.